Hey guys, what's up? In this video, I will give you a complete guide on character Freyja, covering her skills, gear recommendations, and her effectiveness across PvE and PvP modes in Seven Knights Rebirth. So let's get started. Freyja's basic attack targets the enemy for the single time and the will be is equal to 100% of her magic attack. This damage can be enhanced by her skill enhancement and the value can be increased till 120% of her magic attack. Also, after the skill enhancement, she will be able to inflict bleed on the enemy for the 2 turns and the chances of bleed addition will be 50%. And her active skill called as Noble Storm, under this skill she removes the 2 buffs from all the enemies and the chances is 100%. So the buff removal will be guaranteed when she will execute this Noble Storm skill. Also, she will be able to inflict the defense reduction debuff on the enemy, and under the defense reduction debuff, she decreases the defense of all the enemies by 11%, and this debuff can be stacked up to 4 times. That means the total defense reduction can be achieved with this skill usage is total of 44% because of 11 into 4 is equal to 44. And under this skill she also deals damage of 57% of her magic attack up to 2 times. So the total magic damage will be equal to 114%, which is decent enough. And after her skill enhancement of this Noble Storm, the magic attack can be increased till 67% of magic attack, and along with this she will be able to inflict bleed for the 2 turns and the chances will be is equal to 75%, which is much higher than that of basic attack. And at Transcendence 6 she gets another layer of benefit, and under this she will again execute this Noble Storm skill when she defeats or kills an enemy with the usage of the same Noble Storm skill. So it means that if when she executes the Noble Storm skill and the enemy gets killed, so she will be able to again execute this skill to damage the enemy. And her another skill called as Golden Rain. Under this, she consumes 4 stacks of her divinity buffs and uses it to change the HP of the enemy. That is, she reduces the HP of all the enemies up to 52% of their total health, and also she deals the defense ignoring damage, which is equal to 70% of her magic attack, and this targeting will be 2 times, so the total magic damage will be is equal to 140%. And under the HP alteration, the HP alteration will be only the decreasing one, not the increasing one. That's what the description here says in the HP alteration. And after the skill enhancement, the HP alteration will be improved from 52% to 39%, and the magic attack damage will be increased to 80% also. And for the divinity buff, it is described in detail in her passive skill. Divinity buffs increases her magic attack by 5% and it is stackable up to multiple times. And under the passive skill, she grants multiple buffs on herself and on her team. For herself, she grants herself a blessing buff, under which she becomes resistant to those damages which can consume the a large amount of HP of the Freyja. So she caps the damage taken from the single hits up to the 40% of her max HP. So this buff makes her a little bit of tank role, and also she grants herself the all damage nullification buff, which ends when she takes 3 hits. And under this buff, she do not take any kind of damage when the enemies will target her. And she also grants herself a barrier which can consume 160% of her magic attack damage, and the no HP will be reduced of her until the barrier remains effective on her HP, and the barrier will be available only for once during the battle, so she cannot use the barrier buff multiple times during the battle. And the divinity buff can be stacked maximum to 6 stacks, so the maximum magic attack she can get via the divinity buff is uh, capped to 30%. And for the allies, she grants the effect hit rate boost on all her allies, and under this buff, the effect hit rate of all the allies will be increased by 31%. The skill enhancement and transcendence 2 effects will improve the total scores of these buffs. For example, the skill enhancement will improve the blazing cap of on her max HP. So the max HP was capped for the 40% will be improved to 25% of max HP after the skill enhancement, and the effect hit rate boost, which was earlier the 31%, will be improved to 37%. So with these skills, the Freya is very much useful in all the PvE and PvP contents, including the arena, guild war, advanced arena, main story, tower, etc. And for the gears, you can use the assassin gear on her to make her able to one shot the enemies, or otherwise you can provide her the gears which can improve the weakness hit chance. So in conclusion, Freya is a reliable and powerful unit for PvP modes that works as an all-rounder in the battle. She cannot be one-shot by enemies because of her passive skill, and also she provides multiple buffs on herself and her allies, which turns the tide of the battle overall. Her active skill also targets all enemies for the defense ignoring damage dealing. If you found this guide useful, leave a like and subscribe for more Seven Knights Rebirth content. Thank you.